Alrighty, here we are on the river by Bandit. We got myself a little build here I want to show. There's pretty much just one feature of this build that I'm here to show. The rest of it is work in progress slash nightmare, right? Um, uh, Full disclosure, I'm not a PvPer. I'm not a builder. I play Rust and I exist. That's the way I see it. Do I shoot at people? Yes. Do I get shot at? Plenty. Do I die? Mostly. Um, That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to showcase one feature in this build to pro PvPers, pro builders. I want to see if this is something that's been experimented with. It may have been and might have been a complete failure for all I know. I did some research. I didn't find anything on this. So I figured I'd make a video on it. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick run up and then a quick run down. We'll see if you've noticed it. And if not, we'll point it out. So basically, it starts out as a one by one. Now, I see this build as a group build. I don't see this as a particularly a solo build. I mean, granted, you got your John Wicks out there. They can pretty much kill everybody and anyone anytime, so they'd probably get away with it, right? But what I'm trying to do here is just show it off so that maybe some groups out there that this in my mind is for groups that want to PvP, correct? Right? Like these are the groups that come in, they want to fill it up, they want to say, "Hey, come take it." Right? And all they want to do is fight PvP. So they're going to have plenty of room to move around. You start off with your one basic core. If you got the group around, you're not going to have an issue getting started with a one by one core, right? So you get going, you get it set up. Then we start off with the, you know, one by ones around it. And then from there, you can pretty much do anything you want uh, for the exterior. Me personally, in this new meta of divvying loot, I find that these can be great storage. You're going to have yourself a lot of storage in here. You can even throw your furnaces in there and do the half walls. That way you got another little buffer from the rockets, or just use it as a jump up. Use it as whatever you need, right? Um, Obviously, you'd have the garage doors. Sorry, guys, this is a personal server. I came over here to just mess around, and I got this set up, and I just wanted to make a quick video of it. So we're gonna go and we're gonna go up to the second floor, and this is something I just learned about. This is the suicide room. Obviously, you'd have your 6 barrels in here, your sleeping bag, maybe another box, whatever else you need. Um, and then you got more honeycomb for storage, right? And again, like I said, this isn't for the offline raid. This is for the PvP group. Okay, guys, I understand that this is the honeycomb. Uh, Maybe make all of these jump up and downs. You can go all the way up and down through all of them. Who knows, right? Like, if you're looking for the PvP, you want mobility, you want accessibility. So this is open floor design that I think might fit a group of at least 5, 6 people and up. Okay, so we're gonna go up here to the third floor, and third floor, same thing. You're gonna have your suicide room. Um, I haven't set this one up yet, but maybe you just make it a pure loot room. I don't know. Do whatever you want with it, right? Again, more honeycomb storage. Uh, Maybe you just wall it off and make it pure honeycomb. Yeah, that's what I mean by like the rest of this. You can interpret it as you'd like. So we're gonna go up here to the next floor, and we're gonna get up onto the shooting deck. If I can jump up, right? So you got your shooting deck. Again, my personal server. I'm not very far along here. Just kind of got started, so I just wanted to get this video out there, get some opinions before I go too far, right? And then we're gonna jump up to the roof, and once we get up here, we use our honeycomb to put some triangle roof pieces in, okay? And then you got your shooting. Now, what I like about this way of doing my roofs is I find that anytime I make a build and I try to put my roofs right on the edge, this and that, well, you end up cutting off a bunch of your build space, right? Oh, you can't build here, you can't build there, you can't build there because of your roofs. So by putting them out on the honeycombs like this, you end up with a little shooting hole. Now, notice I'm not falling through. You will not fall through this as long as it's stone. I'm sure somebody jumps on your head, you're going to fall through. But if you put a little, electrical light here, the post lights there, you need to put two. You need to have one here on the roof piece, one here on the wall, and that will completely block. Now, falling through will not happen as long as it's stone. Stone is the only material that won't allow you to drop through. If you upgrade it or down, if not that you would leave it at wood, but if you were to leave it at wood, you can drop through. So you would need the lights. But I find that this just leaves you a lot more space on the roof. What we'll do here is, as you can see, you can still put your walls up. So we'd have some walls for a little garage for the mini, a couple of garage doors to get into the mini outside, so on and so forth. Um, Plenty of room to throw turrets in. Um, I, Geez, you know what? I forget now, but I tried it. No, you cannot build there. I don't know why, but I'm sure some of you pro builders can figure that out. I'm not exactly sure. I had it in one of my builds where they did go in, but yeah. Anyways, that could be something. This is again work in progress, playing around, figuring stuff out. Um, then we got a power tower. So we'll head back down to the second floor. And I don't know if you've noticed at this point, pros and cons of this build. I do realize that this is an open core. I do realize it is a 1x1 core. These are all things I know. That's why I point out I see this as a group build who's looking for the PvP to come in, right? So they're the guys that are going to be here waiting for the fight. So we're going to go back down to the second floor. And we're going to see if you noticed. If you did notice, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know. Um, if this is something that's a complete waste of time, again, let me know. I just appreciate your time coming by and coming by and checking it out. So we'll head back down to the second floor here, and turret pods, whatever you want. Who knows? Blah blah blah. So third floor. We'll go down to the second floor. All right. So have you noticed it yet? I don't know if you've noticed it yet. You can kind of see it from the first floor, a little bit better than the second floor. Have you noticed yet? All right. You got our peaks. You got our peaks. Peaks both sides. And on the edges. See? All right, we do that. We do that to the second and the third floor. Now, one of the big cons of this is you're not going to have doors. You cannot put doors. The square foundation versus the triangle foundation will not allow a frame. Now, that's why I understand that that's a major flaw. I do understand that, but that's again why I point out that I find that this would be a group base that would be defended. There would always be somebody here to let somebody know, hey guys, we're being raided, right? And, maybe, I've seen builders do some pretty amazing things during a raid, so I wouldn't imagine what you could do. So again, suggestions, interpretations, all welcome. So we'll go up to the second floor to see what they look like here. And you notice we got them up on the third floor as well, right? Now these cannot be dropped through, right? We'll go over here to the front door. We got a great grenade drop. And that's kind of why if these haven't been invented and nobody uses these and they start using them, I'd love them to be called grenade gaps, because that's what I'd use them for as a solo who really stinks at PvP. You're coming through my floor, my first floor. I'm going up to the third floor, and I'm just going to be dropping grenades down through these as I hear you walking around, right? Toss a grenade against the wall there, goes right out the door, right at you. So we'll go up onto the third floor here. Get up onto the third floor. We got them again. You can always make your honeycomb sit back gaps where you can get a view into the gaps. again, 3rd floor, we can see all the way down to the 1st floor, right? So your door's over there in the corner, so if you were here, you'd be able to drop a grenade right down there, right in front of their face, right? So we can also stand right on top of them, right? Drop it right down onto the door. 2nd door's right here, right? So you come in, drop it, right? Then top floor, we go with a regular flooring, just so that we can pretty much do whatever building we want up top. That allows you to again do some regular walls and so on and so forth. You know, I got all these open. Just this is like, again, I say it's on my personal server, so I'm not looking at getting rated or anything. So it was just pure storage, pure example, pure showcase of, you know, do what you want with it type thing, right? So you can even see way back here, you can see way down that gap, all the way down to the 1st floor there. See, I got my tool bench somewhere there, so you can't particularly see, but you would have a gap all the way to the opposite hallway there. We'll go over to this one. I think you can see it, right? So you got your workbench there. Yeah, that one's in the way too. But you get the drift. You can pretty much set this up any way that you want. You get your shooter down to your door there, right? There's your door frame. Right? So you got some pretty interesting gaps here. I kind of stumbled onto this, and I went and I looked. I did some search and I didn't find anything. So I figured I'd make a video, see what people thought. All right, guys. Thanks. Like I said, I'm not a professional. Again, I don't do videos. I don't do YouTubes. I don't do streaming. All this stuff is new to me. I'm kind of a private, quiet guy that feels kind of funny just talking to my video, not talking to anybody in particular, right? So hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, you know, thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. I really don't particularly care if you do. I'm not a flashy guy. I'm not looking for followers. I'm not looking for anything. I just thought this was a neat little thing that people might be interested in. I sat on a server this past week and watched people from my roof that I had made friends with. They left me alone. I sat in my rocking chair and I watched PvP happen right in my front yard, and none of them bothered me. It was great. But yeah, anything I can do to entice that type of activity on servers, let's go, boys. All right. Till next time, have a great night.